This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, educating the leaders of our community for over 20 years.
In Southwest Florida. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Lee Pitts Live, and I'm so glad you joined us this morning as we crack open the month of August. Can you believe this? It's August already. It's over, people. Summer's basically over. Kids are getting ready to go back to school. It's over. It's over. Go out and shop now. It went by so fast, and I hope I don't look any worse for the wear. I know I sound a little under the weather, but I don't feel that way. And I have a fabulous show. I got an easy show today. I get to talk to a couple of my buddies who are here in the studio. I get a chance to talk to Paul Lodato. He's the general manager of CTN 10. Some of you may have seen him out there emceeing that great banquet, the Legends Sports Banquet that included a lot of sports legends in the area. He did an outstanding job. Also, I get a chance to talk to my good friend, police chief for the city of Fort Myers, Doug Baker. He's here to bring us up to speed. Also give you some things that are taking place this summer to keep crime down. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live. And at the close of the show, we'll find out about the AKA's upcoming ball, and we'll go out to the NAACP banquet in Collier County, where we were there live on the spot. So if you're in Collier County, we're going to stay tuned. Don't leave the TV. We'll be right back.
If you live in the city of Fort Myers and your income qualifies, you could benefit from many of the city's housing programs. There are no interest loans and grants available to purchase an affordable home, rehabilitate your home, or prevent foreclosure on your home. The sooner you call, the sooner you can improve your living condition. Just call us at the numbers on the screen or visit our website. We want to help you.
Community, opportunity, police, and service. Come join the team. Together, we can make a difference.
Affectionately known as the Q, Quality Life Center has been instilling pride in families and the community for nearly 20 years. At Quality Life Center, we're in the kid business. The after-school program provides homework assistance, mentoring, and creative outlets like karate, music, and drama. The seasonal camps are fun-filled adventures in sailing, archery, and learning the green life. Call us or visit our website to learn more about other youth and social service programs. At the Q, we're helping children and families in the community to learn, grow, and succeed.
Students at Dunbar High's STEM and College Preparatory Academy are unlocking their future. Programs offered are designed for exploration in new technologies like robotics, 3D animation, game design, forensic and biomedical sciences, and engineering. Dunbar High School has been an A high school for 2 consecutive years and is the only Microsoft certified high school in the world. Take the first steps in securing your child's future and contact us today and see for yourself what Dunbar High School has to offer.
When that unfortunate time comes when your loved one needs compassionate, professional, and dependable funeral care, Florida knows to call on A Peaceful Garden Funeral Home. We take pride in being a one-stop location to handle all your needs, from burial to cremation to ship out. We are family-owned and entrenched in the community. Our experience allows us to understand your deepest needs and be responsive 24 hours a day. So when you have funeral needs, think A Peaceful Garden Funeral Home. Call us at 239-337-3223.
Southwest Florida has spoken. Shell's Special Touch Catering is one of the best. So for all your professional catering needs, call Chef Michelle's for a quote at 239-336-4653. That's 239-336-4653.
This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Bruno and Prado. For marital and family law, personal injury, workers' compensation, or Social Security disability, call us or visit our website. And by the Children's Network of Southwest Florida, building strong links for children in need. And by Hope PACE, a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, providing coordinated medical and dental care, transportation, meals, and social opportunities.
And welcome back, Southwest Florida. Glad you stayed with us, and I think you're going to be delighted as well as we get a chance to catch up with what's going on with the City of Fort Myers Police Department. And if it's the police department, I always like to talk to the head man in charge. So I got the head man here, the chief of police. Chief, welcome to the show.
Morning, thank you.
Chief, I mentioned head man in charge. You've been the head man in charge for how many years now?
I'm working on my 29th year at the police department. I've been chief, just finishing up my 6th year.
What's the big difference in being at the top and then or a lieutenant or a captain or whatever? Is it a big difference?
It's just the responsibility and the accountability. I mean, at the end of the day, you're responsible, you're accountable for what goes on, good or bad. So, you always got to kind of keep that back in mind. And the other thing is, this is what we do for a living. It's you can't let it consume you. You're not what's important. The organization and the services that you deliver are what are important. So I always keep that very forefront.
Now, just curious, we watch a lot of television. We see crime scenes and things like that, and we see detectives come up on those scenes, or if it's a fire, we see the fire chief comes up on the scene. Do you actually come up on some scenes as a chief, or you just
No,
stay
and some
away?
I do, and some
Okay.
I do. The one thing is I have a lot of confidence in our staff and our people, so they know what they're doing. They don't need to come there and say, hey, are you doing this, are you doing that? I may do that afterwards once I review what's been done, but I let our people do what they do. I mean, they're experts in their field. They're highly trained, highly educated, and I have all the confidence in the world in their ability and how they deliver services.
Okay, tell us about the CALEA accreditation and what does that mean to the police department and to an individual like myself?
Well, CALEA is a national accreditation. It's Commission on Accreditation of Law Enforcement Agencies. Actually, I just came back from Chicago this weekend. But you have assessors that come to your organizations, they go through your policies, your procedures, and then they go through the proofs to ensure that you're following those policies and procedures. And these are standards that are set from across the United States. When I was up there, we had about 125 other agencies that were also going through the same process. Out of the 490 standards that they require, we hit 97%, which was a very high percentage on our first recred. Every 3 years, you go through this review. So I was very pleased with the outcome. We're accredited for the next 3 years. It's a serious process that gives you the credibility of being a professional organization, carrying professional services to the community. You do exactly what you say you do, and they give you the certified stamp of approval saying that. So for us, it's a big accomplishment.
Now, 97% out of a possible 100?
No, it was like 490 standards.
Okay. How do you go about getting a 97? What are some key things you had to focus on?
Documentation. First off, making sure that policy meets the standard that CALEA approves of, whether it be pursuits, arrests. It covers a wide evidence, either destruction at the end of the case or how we handle our evidence process, our training files, and then having the documentation to say we're doing everything within that policy.
Okay.
And it's important.
Tell us about the uniform crime reporting, how that works and how that impacts us.
Well, the uniform crime, referred to a lot of times as UCR, and it's FBI, federal government, really, it's based upon description, but they identify what your crimes are. And for us, it's homicide, sexual battery, assault, burglary, grand theft auto, and theft. All those kind of combined into what your UCR is. And a lot of times, I mentioned it's by description only, not by a state statute, because we fall into that southern eastern region of the United States, so we're all have the same description on what those violations are, what the crime may be. 10 years ago, we were over 7,000 UCR. Last year, we were around 3,035. So we've seen some major reductions over the last 10 years. And for the first 6 months of this year, we're about 2-3% down from an overall standpoint. And our violent crime is what we've seen the largest significant reduction. There's a 10% reduction in violent crime for the first 6 months. So, the strategies that we have in place, we feel that they're good strategies, they're working, and we want to make sure that we continue with those.
What happens in the UCR concept? What happens when a police department is not doing good in terms of their UCR? You get a slap on the wrist? Can you lose something? What's the penalty?
Well, usually the chief loses his job.
Okay.
So that's important, obviously.
Like an F-cat almost, right?
Yeah, when you look at it, and as we started off, I'm responsible. I'm accountable for what happens, and if we're performing well, or if we're performing poorly. And obviously, it's important to me that we perform well. So you look at strategies, not just within the city of Fort Myers or the state of Florida, but I'm looking at stuff. What are they doing in D.C.? What are they doing in Cleveland? What are they doing in Richmond? What are they doing in Nashville, Knoxville? What strategies do they have that we can implement within our own department that helps us reduce crime. And that's what, I pull annual reports all the time. I review those annual reports from other jurisdictions, other police departments, because they're going to brag about what they do good.
Right.
And I want to see what they do good because I want us to implement the same strategies.
Dunbar community policing, I've been seeing a lot over the years. I've been seeing them, like in recent times especially, on the ground at various events with the youths and so on. How you feel about what's going on with Dunbar community policing? Kind of update us on that in about 30 seconds.
Officer Dominique and Officer Fuller, they are unbelievable, as most of our community policing officers. They just go above and beyond. You're right, because I'm at a lot of those events too, and they're always there. They have a number of mentoring programs that have just really been taken off within the Dunbar, and it really focuses on good core values. It focuses on honor, ethics, moral standing, education, staying focused in school. And it's just so important as we see this next generation come through, because you and I both know those are the ones that are going to be the leaders of the future, and to be able to establish those relationships, provide some education, provide direction, and really provide support in a lot of those cases, encouragement to see those kids prosper. But they had a youth explosion last week. Was just, man, it was a great event. We had a lot of good speakers.
Yeah, I heard
that
good
came
time.
through.
I heard good.
It was really, really positive. So, those types of events is stuff that we've got to continue to focus on to see if we can't move forward and swell those ranks of those kids coming in, so that it's a win-win.
What are you doing specifically to reduce violent crime this summer?
Well, we've been very busy. We have our violent crime task force, which employs just about everybody under the sun from our federal, state, county, and local. But one of the things that we've added extra to that is we've looked at our neighborhoods throughout the city, and we looked at history and the probability of violent crime occurring in those neighborhoods. And then we're assigning officers to those neighborhoods for a period of time, 7 days a week, and all they do is stay in that neighborhood and try to either work with the residents or handle issues within that. We started seeing it in May, starting to see a reduction. In June, we had about a 20% reduction in uniform crime for these areas, and we're seeing the same as we exit July. That 20% reduction. So I believe that it's a good strategy. It's looking at probability of what could happen or what's going to happen depending upon the history of that neighborhood. And I really think that that's been positive for us.
Coffee with a cup. I remember you came in here with a lot of enthusiasm about that. How many coffee with the cups have we had? Cup with a cup. Coffee with a cop. Coffee with a cop.
There you go.
Where are we with that?
You know what? And I always give a plug for Utopia and John.
Great soul food.
Yeah, and that's where it was. John had this sponsored. It's the second time he's done it. He does a phenomenal job. We had a number of people there from the community where, you're in there in the morning, you have a little breakfast, you have some coffee, you answer questions, and it's just a great opportunity in a non-threatening, police, when police show up, it's usually a little bit different. But this is just sit around, kind of shoot the breeze a little bit. And John Tober is a great host, and we look forward to hosting another.
And great food, John.
Yeah, he's got great food. And I was telling him, I said, no, I'm going on Lee. I always throw you a bone. He's always saying, hey, you're giving free advertising.
And John loves those free plug. That's Utopia's soul food restaurant and beauty salon right there on Emmett King. Final question, Chief.
Yes, sir.
The community, they are the eyes and ears for the police department. Are we, meaning the Fort Myers Police Department, is that resonating with the community? Do you see a change in where they understand they can help in a lot of ways?
The change is slow, and I'm not good with slow. I like things to move and like to see that. But this is something that building relationships and building bridges is a continual, daily, every call for service, we have to think about that. Every time we have a contact, we have to think about that. And it's going to be something over time when, for our push, the importance of it, it's going to happen over time. It's improving, I think. It's just a slow process, and I think that has to do with understanding cultures, understanding what everybody's role is within the community, but we are moving in the right direction.
All right, Chief, let's bump you out.
All right, man.
Coffee with a cop.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, stay right there.
All right.
As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they are usually interrupted by those like our great police chief, Doug Baker, and all the fine people at the Fort Myers Police Department who are doing it. When we come back, Paul Lodato, General Manager, CTN 10, right here on Lee Pitts Live. Stay with us.
Congratulations to Lee Pitts Live, recipient of the NAACP Image Award.
I am Tashika Perry. If you want to be the best you that you can be, Crowning Daughters for Success is the place for you. We are honored to serve girls ages 7 and older in the areas of etiquette, healthy self-esteem, and character. You can come to us or we can come to you. Allow Crowning Daughters to set an atmosphere that challenge, inspire, and educate our girls to be their best. What are you waiting for? Sign up or sponsor a daughter today.
Creating confidence without compromise.
God bless you, my father's children. I'm Pastor Alfred D. Jones, and I greet you in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. If you are without a church, we invite you to consider joining Bethel Church. We are a little church with a big heart and more than able to meet your spiritual needs. We have been in the neighbors community for over 54 years. There is a place for you in Bethel. There is something unique about serving at a Christ-centered church. We invite each of you to come and worship with us here at Bethel.
This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Lee Memorial Health System and by Florida Gulf Coast University.
And welcome back, Southwest Florida. He's no stranger to the community, of course. He's the coolest cat, general manager in all of Southwest Florida of a television station. CTN10, one of the finest television stations in all of Southwest Florida. That's a Christian television network. We got here in the studio, General Manager Paul Adalo.
Honor to be on your show, Lee.
Hey, good to get you back, man. I haven't on television congratulated you on your marriage and your beautiful wife. So
thank you.
Congratulations on that. Paul, you seem to be very passionate about the getting out of these independent films to national films in the local market, clean movies. How did that passion come about?
I've always had a passion to see the beauty of great stories told in the theater, and it's been a catalyst for the last 3 years here.
Okay.
So Kyle Thompson has helped me, and Danny Vera, and some good folks.
We got a movie that you're going to talk about. Tell us the basics on that movie. Then we're going to have a great director run a little clip on it.
When the Game Stands Tall is a true story football movie with Bob LaDucer, the most wins in American sports history, 151 straight wins over 12 years. And he talks about there's more to life than just football. So
right.
It's pretty phenomenal.
So the whole process of quality filming ties straight into you as a person, right? Quality film, clean film, and sports, because people might not know you're a big sports guy.
Yeah, I think it's important to have good value content. 4 of the top 30 movies that have come out this year have been, if you will, faith and family films. And this story is universal and everybody can relate to it. I think the clip kind of shows a sneak peek.
Okay, Rick, let's take a look.
Ever since day one, we dreamed about you and me getting out of here together.
They were the most winning sports team ever.
And that's it, the streak is over.
Until they lost it all.
Coach, I'm alone.
We need to stand back up and find our way again.
Inspired by the incredible true story.
It's not just a football team, it's a family.
Who you are in the world don't matter.
What does?
It's a brotherhood. It's not about me. It's about the team.
When the game stands tall, rated PG.
Man, that was something right there. It was moving quickly. You could tell it's even as family and friendly based, but still quick moving, good film. When does it premiere, and how can people go find theaters to watch it?
August 22nd, it premieres across the country, and in Southwest Florida theaters. They can go to our website, ctn10.com. It's up on the screen, and we have all the theaters listed in this region where it'll be showing.
Okay, now you've previewed the film already?
Yeah, we had a private screening, and it was pretty phenomenal. 450 people, a lot of coaches, athletic directors, Ernest Graham, Corey Lynch in the NFL were there. Maurice Jones-Drew, he's in the film, who played in the NFL. Amani Toomer went to this high school, Super Bowl champion with the Giants. And great story. It communicates more about purpose and significance than winning in titles. So it's pretty great.
And they just need to Google it and whatever, when the game stands tall and kind of get out there.
Yeah, they can get that or go to our website and get all the information.
Now, I've heard you off television talk about it, but you're really passionate about bringing, launching a film production here in Southwest Florida, being in the forefront of bringing quality film in here, using your television and studio TV background and movie production. What's your thoughts about Southwest Florida as a place for that?
Well, we definitely have a vision and are going to make an official announcement September 15th to launch a Film and Television Institute here in Southwest Florida. and provide people training and a sense of purpose. They're going to get some great foundational principles. And we actually have Dr. Ted Baer, the chairman of the Film and Television Commission out of Hollywood, coming September 15th to Southwest Florida. And that information will also be on our website. It's pretty phenomenal.
Bump that website back up, Rick, if you don't mind. But Paul, you know how television works, so I don't have to tell you, man. I could talk to you all day, but I got another segment to get to. But I really appreciate you coming out and educating the community on some great things happening.
Well, I'm honored to be a guest on your show, the Lee Pitts Live show.
Let's bump you out, my friend. And then for those who don't know, Lee Pitts Live is taped right here at CTN TV. And they do a phenomenal job of having the same pride in our television show as you do out there, and certainly I do. We'll be right back and go out to the NAACP banquet in Collier County. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Tom Scott, Director of the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center. Come on in, let me show you around.
The City of Fort Myers has supported new and early-stage businesses by providing a location and technical assistance to new business owners. Tenants also have access to free business consulting, professional receptionist office, free Wi-Fi, 2 conference rooms, a large training room, copier and fax. Many new businesses now operating successfully have had their start at the Southwest Florida Enterprise Center.
We chose the Enterprise Center because of its proximity in the community.
Positive feedback from the staff. Mr. Tom Scott was always there for us.
No importa de qué país usted venga, en Southwest Florida Enterprise hay un espacio para usted.
I love being at the center here because it gives me the opportunity to meet different type of businesses.
If you have a business idea you would like to pursue, call Tom Scott at 239-321-7085 and come join us.
And we're back Southwest Florida. We're going to go right out there so we have enough time. Let's go straight out to the NAACP banquet in Collier County where Lee Pitts Live was the media sponsor. We're going to look at part 2 of some of the interviews I got to conduct at the reception. Let's go. Welcome back to Lee Pitts Live again. We're having a great time. We're so delighted to be a media sponsor here at this gala. And we have another person here who's dressed in her full Mardi Gras and more luster to this festive affair here at the Hilton Hotel in Collier County. What's your name?
My name is Darlene Jackson.
And you are a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, right?
I am. And I'm also a proud member of the NAACP, although not the local chapter.
Now you're dressed to the nine. Let's have you pan her body all the way up and down. Slowly. Now while we're looking at your outfit, tell us how did you come up with this great theme, that the way you dress, your mask, the whole bit? Go ahead.
It was what was available, really. I didn't try to do it. It just happened.
Tell us why the NAACP is important to our community.
It's the longest civil rights organization we've ever had, and it has never stopped trying to do what it can do. And as long as they keep trying, we will succeed.
Why did you think it was important for you to come out tonight and participate in such a worthy cause?
Because I have become more active because of Delta Sigma Theta, more active because of the other women's clubs I'm in, and because of that, I feel I should be more active in Naples. And I've been here 22 years, and I bet most people don't know me.
And people at home looking at you right now, encourage them to get up off the sofa and get out in the community and get involved. Say something to them.
Listen, you cannot stay at home. You have to want to do what needs to be done and do it.
All right, well, thanks a lot for joining us here on Lee Pitts Live. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Welcome back. And let's get a chance to meet a young man who has come out tonight. What's your name?
My name is Miles Lowe.
And why do you feel that, how did you end up here tonight at this great event?
My parents bought a table for this great event, so I'm out here showing support.
And how are you enjoying yourself so far?
Pretty well. It's very nice out here.
What school do you go to, and what are some things you're doing while you're in school?
Jensen Beach High School, where I serve as class president, as well as very active in Key Club, as well as a Key Club officer.
give you the opportunity to give a shout out to any of your teachers and friends at the school you want to say hello to. Go ahead right now.
All right, shout out to Mr. Farrow and Miss Pecora.
And how are you liking the turnout here so far? Are you surprised at the number of people here?
Yeah, I'm surprised. There's a lot of people out here. It's really getting really packed.
Okay, we want you to keep up the good work. And what do you plan to be when you grow up? Are you planning to go to college? Tell us a little bit about that.
I plan to be an attorney and own multiple businesses as well.
Okay, we'll be right back. Man, it's so much fun to get out there in the field and just kind of touch bases with people. And yes, when I'm out there in the field, people, you know, come up to me, talk to me, and hopefully I, you know, seem like a regular guy, because people are like, oh man, I'm so psyched. See you in person trying to turn this like that. Anyway, if you want to get one of these cups, we get a lot of calls. We get a lot of people going to our website to get these cups. We got our new order in. The logos is on both sides. And you can get your Lee Pitts Live cup. Just go to leepittslive.com. We'll bring that website up later on in the show and talk to you about that. I'm so proud that Lee Pitts Live is a media sponsor of the upcoming AKA's Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Theta Nu Omega chapters. Pink Ice Mardi Gras Ball. That's the second annual. It's going to take place on October 4th. At 7 o'clock p.m. at Colonial Country Club. That phone number that you see on the screen is the phone number. We're going to leave it up for a minute so you can write it down, where you're called to get your tickets. And we're going to have on the ones and twos, the DJ is going to be DJ Big Smooth. Again, the tickets are $40 in advance and $50 at the door, masquerade style. The AKAs are going to have your masks there for you if you don't have a mask. Again, that's the second annual Pink Ice Masquerade Ball. Lee Pitts Live is the media sponsor of that event. And it's going to be a great one on October the 4th, 2014, from 7 p.m. to 1 p.m. For ticket information, call 239-297-2571. And yes, Lee Pitts Live will be there. Cameras rolling with my assistant producer, Johnny on the spot, Dominique Roll. You'll get to meet him in the coming months. Well, let's go to our website. A few minutes left. If you haven't been over there, leepittslive.com. There's a lot of opportunities over there for you. You can glance through our photo gallery. You find out that our show has been around for 22 years. We're the longest running television talk show in Southwest Florida's history. Interviewed over 5,500 guests in that time. When you go to that website, it's a lot for you. We'll just take a look at some photos now, but it's a lot for you over there. You can look at some shows. You can hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, and also we have a YouTube page. You can join our YouTube page and see some of our outstanding shows, like Bob Beeman, the Olympic world record holder in the long jump, who will be a guest on our show next week. If you missed that show, just go over to our YouTube page and check out this American legend who is right around here in Southwest Florida these days. So we're honored to have Bob Beeman next week on the show as we go through some of those photos. Also, we want to remind everybody that when you go to that website, it's a one-stop shop. If you're interested in being a guest on Lee Pitts Live, we'll see our rolling credits come up, Rick. If you want to be a guest on Lee Pitts Live, you can also just go to that website and click on Contact Us and send us an email. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the show and why you think you should be on the show. And then we'll get back with you via email. If you want to advertise on the show, all that can be handled from that website. You're sitting there saying, hey, my commercial could have been running on that show. It certainly could have been, and you didn't contact Lee Pitts Live. So we try to help everybody out the best way we can. Thanks for joining us.